Hello. Hello, good morning. If you can hear me, please say hi. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Please say hi if you are hearing me. Say hi. Okay. So, good morning once again. Just like I said earlier on, I'm very sorry for the audio. The audio was not working properly. Um, so today we are coming on a good note on microbial evolution and ecology. We are centering our main topic on microbial evolution today, and with basic understanding the basics of mutation. In the last lecture we had, I think last year, sometimes last year, I mean, late last year, we talked about what is horizontal gene transfer, what is horizontal gene transfer, what do we understand by vertical gene transfer, conjugation, transformation, um, and recombination, transposition. All this one we heard about that. Today we want to center on mutation. So this lecture introduces mutation, which is the foundation for microbial evolution. For anything, for any um, evolution to take place, mutation is the basis. So that is why it is very, very important for us to learn and to know more about molecular mutation, or what is a mutation. So you can check my other videos for proper and adequate in-depth understanding about mutation, what mutation is. So this lecture is going to be very brief, just like I told you. So it is only designed for people like you that are just coming up in microbiology and other life sciences like environmental biology. Please come with me. So what do you understand by microorganism? Time is going to tell you. I told you that it's a basic for basic lecture for beginners. So you know what microorganisms are: bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and viruses. These are the group of bacteria, that is, organisms that are too small to be seen with a naked eye. So why do we have to study microbial evolution? Micro evolve very rapidly compared to plant and animal because of their size, because of their sizes. The growth occur rapidly more than it is taking place in either plant or animal. It can take animal up to 20, 15, 17 years before they'll be able to reach the age of reproductive age. But for microorganisms, as soon as they are giving birth to, so they can continue to give birth into, like E. coli give birth to, reproduce every 20 minutes. So the same thing like other organisms like that. That is why the more they reproduce, the more the power they reproduce, the more they produce, the more they change with time. So that is the reason why that understanding how microorganisms adapt to a new environment, understanding how they cause diseases, understanding how they develop the antibiotic resistance, understanding the way vaccine can be developed against them is very, very important. And all this take place or happen because of their power of reproduction and their power to be able to evolve from time, power to change with time. So the more they reproduce, the more the power they have to be able to undergo mutation. And that's the reason why what they do often and often, what they do in almost every minute, that they acquire new uh, individuals, that means it must be very, very important to them. So don't forget the theory of use and disuse of Jean Lamarck in evolution, which has to do with the organ that you use more often and often. You, you tend to develop on it, and the one that you do not actually need, you will tend to even disuse it. Okay, so that is one of the reasons. Studying microbial evolution will help us to be able to understand how diseases outbreak. If you want to know how to diagnose, how to treat, if you know how diseases are developed, you need to understand evolution. If you want to learn about the antibiotic resistance, you need to understand evolution. There are going to be certain videos that will be certain courses that will be mainly for this. Okay, now you should know at this level what DNA is. DNA is a deoxyribonucleic acid which carries the genetic instruction of all living organisms or of all living cells. So time is going to tell you have to have it as a kind of an established fact for you that DNA is the carrier of genetic information. If you want to know anything about any individual, any organism, be it microorganism or macroorganism, you need to learn their genetic makeup, because everything they do is centered on DNA. So because DNA control the structure, the whole structure. So and the whole structure is talking, if you know the structure, you'll be able to know what each of this structure or components will be functioning for. So DNA controls the structure, it controls metabolism, it controls growth and reproduction. So that is the powerful nature of DNA. So now what is now mutation? A mutation is a permanent change, is a permanent change or permanent alteration in the DNA sequence of an organism. So permanent alteration, that is where you suppose to have, when you have CTAG, uh, and if A is now being replaced, if there is a disarrangement in the sequences, so that is what is called mutation. That is a permanent change in the DNA sequence. So, and whatever alters the DNA is going to alter the whole structure, is going to alter the way the organism grow, the way the organism behave, the way the organism reproduces, the way organism metabolize as well. So that's the reason why mutation is a powerful tool. Just like I told you, it's a powerful tool for evolution to take place. So mutation is going to alter the whole protein structure. And why is protein so important? Because protein, all enzymes are protein in nature. So that means all cellular metabolism, all cellular activities will not be able to take place without if mutation occurs at any point in time. So that is the reason why we must pay attention. Whatever happens in our enemy camp, we must be able to learn what happens. Whatever, if you want to overcome your enemy, if you want to overcome your enemy, that means you must know everything about your enemy. So the same thing, mutation, you have to understand mutation in order to be able to understand or know what mutation is all about. Okay, and how do mutation occur? There are different types of ways, different causes of mutation. Number one, it could be as a result of error, result of errors during the DNA replication. DNA must replicate. Before any cell will divide, there must be what is called what? Interphase. That is the stage at which the DNA or the cell will continue to replicate, to duplicate the number of DNA in that. So DNA is a normal thing. If there is no DNA replication, that means the functionality of that organism is going to be affected. So that is that. Then it can be caused as a result of exposure to radiation or chemicals. So it can be caused as a result of that, or it can also be as a result of environmental stress. Environmental stress. So it could be error as a result of increase in temperature, it could be in pH, it could be other changes in the environmental condition that might actually cause mutation to be able to occur. Don't forget what I said about what mutation is all about. Mutation is all about a permanent change, permanent alteration in the sequence of DNA, permanent alteration. So the sequence could be as a result of addition, it could be as a result of deletion of sequences in that DNA sequence. Okay, so then it can also be natural as a random genetic event. Ordinarily, let me say naturally, uh, DNA changes naturally. So we will see this as we go on. So different types of mutation. Mutation are classified based on their effects. So this effect could be beneficial. So if the effect is so beneficial to the DNA, I mean to the organism or to microorganism, it could be beneficial to microorganism, then it will not be beneficial to human. So they beneficial will help them to be able to survive the more, whereas it is going to be uh, so toxic to us or so risky to us. So because the more the survivability of microorganism, especially the pathogenic one, the better. I mean, the more hazardous it is for us. That so that is that. Then neutral mutation. Neutral mutation is when there is no visible effect. There could be addition or there could be alteration in the arrangement, in the sequences of DNA, but that alteration might still not have any effect on them. Okay, so we are going to see this when we begin to consider this. Do you know why I'm making this video? The reason why I'm making this video afresh is just because in the next lecture after today, we are going to start with a evolution, molecular evolution, whereby we are going to consider what is called the phylogenetic tree. This is very, very important. When you are coming for that lecture, it's going to be real practical session so that I'm going to because you need to know how to draw phylogenetic tree, especially for your examination. It is very, very important. So we will see it demonstrated the more. So at that point in time, you are going to learn more and know more about mutation, different types of mutation. But if you want to know more, I just like I said, I've made some videos up to 10 on molecular evolution or types of mutation. So I want you to um, check the channel so that you'll be able to see more of a mutation. Okay, then there are harmful one. Harmful mutation reduces the fitness or survival of that organism. It is harmful. So I said there are three different effects. It could be beneficial to them, it could have no effect, then it could also be harmful to them. Okay, so now, what the other thing you need to learn is genetic variation. Genetic variation. So, what can you say about genetic variation? Genetic variation, when you say variation from the word variation, that means differences. That means similarity in biology. Variation, okay? Differences and similarities, okay? That is a mutation creates genetic diversity because of mutation. That is why organisms are different. Even in human, you don't have two individuals that are exactly the same, and that is as a result of what? Mutation. So that is to actually tell you how important mutation is in biology, not only in microbiology. Generally in biology, mutation is very, very important. It is very, very important in the survivability about of an organism. So that's why we said mutation is the first stage before there will be anything like a genetic diversity, anything like evolution. The first thing is that there must be mutation. There must be mutation. And variation ensures that not all microorganisms respond the same way to environmental changes. So because of mutation, if you even if you use antibiotics, the way micro individual cell is going to respond to it is going to vary. It's going to be different. There are some that immediately you introduce um antibiotics to that environment, they will just die. but there are some that they will survive. How would they survive is because they have been able to alter their genetic makeup. They have been able to alter their genetic makeup. Okay, so natural selection favor microorganism with a beneficial mutation. And just like I told you that the changes in the genetic makeup of an individual are individual microorganisms that help them to be able to survive in that environment is so beneficial to them. So the steps that they normally take is that the first thing is that mutation will take place. That is, they will change. There will be alteration in their genetic makeup. After alteration in their genetic makeup, the environment will select, will favor those one that are able to survive, and that's what you call the survivor of the fittest. So those one that are able to survive will now reproduce. They will reproduce, and when they also reproduce, they will give birth to, if they are antibiotic, if they are resistant to antibiotic, that means they will also give birth to microorganisms that are also resistant to that antibiotic. That is, survivors will reproduce and give back to, and give birth to population. So antibiotic resistance, some bacteria develop mutation that protect them from antibiotics. So the antibiotic will be able to kill those ones that are susceptible, those ones that are prone, those ones that cannot actually change their genetic makeup immediately. Antibiotic will kill them. But the one that survive is going to survive and multiply. So this one will now lead to what? Will now lead to treatment failure. That is when you will just start using antibiotic and it will not be effective. So because they have developed antibiotic resistance. Don't forget to comment in the comment section, like and share and tell others as well. So the why is mutation so important? I told you that it is going to help us in medicine. It's going to help us to be able to define effective drugs, okay, prevent antibiotic misuse. So under normal circumstances, at this junction, I think you should know that you cannot just take antibiotic indiscriminately, because the more you just take antibiotic without prescription, you are helping microorganisms to be able to adapt and develop resistance against that antibiotic. Then apart from that, we are going to also, it's very important for us in developing vaccine. And don't forget, I've been saying second semester, by the grace of God, there is a course that um we are going to offer, that is a bioinformatics. So you will see more how to develop vaccine. You will see it the more. We are going to talk about that. Then you'll be able to know how to manage infectious diseases. So, and summarily, um, okay, I want you to know that what have you done so far in this course. In this lecture today, we have been able to see what microorganisms are, different categories of microorganisms. Then we are able to know the structure of a bacterial cell. I have taught you that. I've taught you in the earlier lecture, giving you the structure, the structural architecture of a bacterial cell. Then what is DNA? What do you understand by DNA? Then what is a mutation? How do mutation occur? Different types of mutation, and what do you understand by antibiotic resistance and mutation? So this diagram is going to serve as a guide, as a summary of what that we have been able to do today. Don't forget that I told you that in the next lecture, we are going to start um, talking about understanding the what do you understand by phylogenetic tree, how to draw phylogenetic tree, because we are going to need it in the exam, as well as in bioinformatics. That is going to be in the future course, that is going to be in second semester. So without any other things, so you can see that summarily, mutation is a change in DNA. Mutation creates variation. Mutation creates differences and also creates similarities. Mutation also leads to what is called natural selection based on variation. So mutation drive microbial evolution. Without mutation, there cannot be any evolution. Then microbial evolution will impact greatly on human health. So the task I want to give you today, and which you are to submit in the comment section later on, before 5 o'clock today, you are to submit, is that I want you to discuss fully, discuss fully the origin, discuss fully. Okay, let me try and post it so that you won't be able to forget it. Discuss, discuss the origin, the causes, types, and effects of mutation in modern medicine. In modern medicine, how might you, in modern medicine, how might you control mutation in a named bacteria? You just pick a bacteria and you examine. You are going to discuss how it is going to be controlled in a typical bacteria uh, disease. A typical bacteria disease. So this is going to be an applied question. Even if you go to, if you consult AI, you still need to apply how it is going to be. So you should do that and send it back in the comment section here on YouTube. So without wasting your time, I want to really appreciate your listening attention. And don't forget that you are to, for your attendance, you have to comment in not more than 4 or 5 days minimum, so as you become feasible. If it is less, you might not be feasible here. Okay, so thank you. I want to see you again in the next course, which is coming up later today, and that's going to be a joint course that is going to be for both environmental and microbiology. So till then, uh, stay cool and stay safe. Thank you.